Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a topic that could save you a hefty fine and some serious penalty points on your license. It's something millions of us do, probably without a second thought. Imagine this. You pull into a drive-thru, you're hungry, you place your order, and you drive up to the window. The cashier tells you the total, and you reach for your phone to tap and pay. It's quick, it's easy, it's modern. But what if I told you that simple act could be breaking the law here in the UK? That's right, using your phone to make a contactless payment at a drive-thru while your car's engine is running could land you in hot water. It sounds completely bonkers, doesn't it? But the law is surprisingly strict, and a lot of people are getting caught out. So, let's break it down and figure out what's actually going on, why this law exists, and most importantly, how you can avoid getting into trouble. First, let's look at the law itself. The legislation in the UK is very clear about using a handheld mobile phone while driving. The core principle is that if you are in control of a vehicle, you should not be using your phone. This includes texting, calling, checking social media, and yes, even using it for payments. The key phrase here is in control of a vehicle. Most people think this only applies when you're moving on a public road, but it's a bit more complicated than that. The law applies when you are driving, which includes when you are stopped at traffic lights or queuing in traffic. And here's the kicker. It can also apply on private land that has public access, like a supermarket car park or, you guessed it, a drive-through lane. The crucial factor is whether your engine is running. If the engine is on, the law considers you to be in control of the vehicle, and the strict mobile phone rules apply. So, when you're sitting in that drive-through queue with the engine idling, picking up your phone to get Apple Pay or Google Pay ready is technically an offense. The moment you hold and use your phone for any interactive function, you're on the wrong side of the law. This isn't some old, obscure rule that's never enforced. Police forces across the country have confirmed that this is indeed the case, and drivers have been penalized for it. The penalties are no joke. If you're caught, you could face a fine of up to £200 and receive 6 penalty points on your driving license. If you're a new driver who has had their license for less than 2 years, getting 6 points means your license will be automatically revoked. You'd have to reapply for your provisional license and pass both your theory and practical tests all over again. That's a massive consequence for just trying to buy a burger and fries. Now, you might be thinking, this is ridiculous. I'm not even moving. I'm just paying for my food. And I get it. The risk seems minimal. But the law is designed to be a blanket rule to prevent distracted driving in all its forms. The reasoning is that if you're interacting with your phone, your attention is not fully on your surroundings. A car in front could move suddenly. A staff member could walk out unexpectedly. Or you might accidentally hit the accelerator instead of the brake. The law doesn't differentiate between texting your friend and paying for a coffee. It just sees a driver using a handheld device. So, what's the solution? How can you pay with your phone without breaking the law? Well, the advice from legal experts and the police is simple and consistent. Turn off your engine. Before you even think about reaching for your phone to pay, make sure your car is stationary. The handbrake is securely applied, and the engine is completely switched off. Once the engine is off, you are no longer considered to be driving or in control of the vehicle in the same way. At that point, you are legally free to use your phone for payment. Once the transaction is complete and your phone is safely put away, you can then restart your engine and proceed to the collection window. It's an extra step, and it might feel a bit cumbersome, but it's the only guaranteed way to stay on the right side of the law. Think of it as a simple routine. Pull up to the window, handbrake on, engine off, pay with your phone, phone away, engine on, and then drive off. It takes a few extra seconds, but it completely removes the risk of a fine and points. Another option, of course, is to just use your physical bank card. Contactless card payments don't require you to interact with a screen, so you can just tap your card while the engine is running without any legal issues. Or you could even go old school and use cash. But for those of us who have become completely reliant on our digital wallets, the engine off rule is the key thing to remember. It's also worth noting that this doesn't just apply to drive-thrus. The same logic applies if you're paying for parking in a car park using a mobile app, or using your phone for anything while sitting in a running car. The principle remains the same. Engine on equals no phone. There has been some debate about whether the law is proportionate. Some argue that a stationary car in a drive-through lane poses a much lower risk than a car in moving traffic. However, the law was updated in 2022 to be even stricter, closing a loophole that some people used to argue that they were not communicating when changing music or checking a map. Now, almost any use of a handheld device is illegal, including unlocking it or illuminating the screen. The only real exception is for using your phone to call 999 or 112 in a genuine emergency, and only if it's unsafe or impractical to stop. Paying for a latte, unfortunately, does not count as an emergency. So, let's do a quick recap. Using your phone for contactless payment at a drive-through window is illegal if your car's engine is running. This is because you are still considered to be in control of the vehicle. To comply with the law, you must turn off your engine and apply your handbrake before using your phone to pay. The penalties are severe: a £200 fine and 6 penalty points. New drivers could even lose their license. The safest alternatives are to use a physical card, cash, or simply get into the habit of turning your engine off for those few moments. It's one of those laws that seems a bit over the top at first glance, but it's rooted in the very serious issue of road safety and distracted driving. By sharing this information, I hope we can all stay safe, avoid unnecessary penalties, and still enjoy the convenience of a quick drive-through meal. Spread the word to your friends and family, because this is definitely something that many people don't know about. Thanks so much for watching today. I hope you found this helpful and informative. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more content that helps you navigate the weird and wonderful rules of the road. Let me know in the comments if you knew about this law or if it's a complete surprise to you. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next video.